So this was the most insane MLB trade deadline, couple days that I've ever seen in my life. And blockbuster trades left and right, superstars being moved, like teams making multiple trades. And there was a lot of stuff that happened right before or at the deadline that weren't reported until after the deadline. So I want to go over the stuff that, the notable stuff that I hadn't gone over yet. I've done videos on what the Yankees did and Jose Berrios and, the 3 blockbuster trades the Chicago Cubs made today. And Atlanta Braves made 4 trades today. 4 trades, okay? They're serious about winning this NL East, okay? They reacquired Adam Duvall from the Miami Marlins. They brought in Eddie Rosario, Jorge Soler from the Royals, and at the deadline, it wasn't reported until afterwards, they got Rich Rodriguez, the elite reliever from the Pittsburgh Pirates. 4 significant moves, and they've already brought in Jock Peterson and a couple other moves as well. So they've been aggressive quietly, very aggressive over the last 2 weeks, and they're really mean business. So I would look out for them. I would definitely look out for them. Tony Watson, obviously aside from the Chris Bryant trade, Tony Watson, relief pitcher, went to the Giants as well. What else we have? Freddie Galvis is actually returning to the Philadelphia Phillies from the Orioles. The St. Louis Cardinals brought in John Lester. Yeah, and the Blue Jays, they had actually a good, deadline day today. Obviously they got the big fish, Jose Berrios, but they also got, aside from Brad Hand yesterday, they got Joaquin Soria today. So 2 solid relievers, and obviously Jose Berrios, who's the big fish after Max Scherzer, went to the Dodgers. The Angels traded their closer Raisel Iglesias to the Seattle Mariners, who actually started stockpiling relievers after they traded their closer the other day to the Astros. So people were scratching their heads, but they actually brought in a few guys. So not bad. Yankees made a trade. They traded for Andrew Heaney, left-handed pitcher for the starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and they sent a guy whose name is Jansen Junk. Just that name alone is kind of cool, but they should have kept him just for that reason. So the Yankees got Andrew Heaney. J.A. Happ was traded to the Cardinals, so Happ and Lester over at the Cardinals. They got 2 left-handed older guys. What else we got here? Craig Kimbrell, obviously, was a big get over in the White Sox, forming a 3-headed monster. Him and Liam Hendricks and Michael Kopech. That's a nasty bullpen, really nasty bullpen. Josh Harrison and Yan Gomes were traded to the Oakland A's. So they made some, a couple of valuable trades, and obviously they got Starling Marte the other day. So they brought in some bats. Infield, outfield, catcher. They brought in some bats. The other bigger trade, Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy were packaged from the Texas Rangers, sent over to the Philadelphia Phillies for a couple of prospects. Spencer Howard, one of their higher-end prospects, and 2 other prospects. So the Phillies made a couple of moves too. Brought back Galvis and got a starter and a reliever, and they needed some pitching. Obviously, the Mets acquiring Javi Baez and Trevor Williams for Pete Crow Armstrong, who was their number 5 prospect. So a lot of activity today, and some other minor trades, but those are the most notable ones of today. And I've never seen a trade deadline this busy, this action-packed with blockbusters and all kinds of stuff. I heard rumors about there being a couple of multi-team, 3-team trades to kind of facilitate some players being moved, but it never happened. Yankees never moved Luke Voit. I know they were trying to, but it is what it is. And I think after Jose Berrios got acquired by the Blue Jays, it kind of took the one major target away. And I wouldn't have minded had they gone for a Matthew Boyd and a Michael Fulmer, because they could have got him on the relative cheap and just added depth and from the Tigers. But whatever. Yankees had a good deadline. A lot of teams. Cubs had a good they offloaded everybody, the Cubs, and they just got a lot of prospect capital, which is what they needed. Their farm was gutted, so they recouped it with a whole lot of stuff, especially from the Dodgers. And no, not Dodgers. Well, the Mets and a couple other folks. The Dodgers replenished the National System, who's the other team that kind of gutted everything. So and really restocked. And now they got Josiah Gray to kind of build around Strasburg and Corbin, another young pitcher. Keibert Ruiz, a young catching prospect, elite prospect, and now you have a couple of these young players to start building around Juan Soto. So you should lock him up now and then just start building around him. But those are the two teams that kind of made the most moves in terms of gutting their system and retooling and rebuilding. And they've gotten a lot of prospect depth to do that right now. Yankees had a good deadline. The the Giants, obviously the West Coast teams, Giants had a late night, kind of almost a last-ditch steal there, getting Chris Bryant from the Cubs. And that's a big get for them to kind of offset the moves that the Padres have made. People forget, too, the Padres got Adam Frazier a couple of days ago. So him and Daniel Hudson, a couple other moves that they made, kind of help keep them up there. And obviously the big one is the Dodgers. I mean, that Trae Turner, Max Scherzer, blockbuster is totally insane. But chances are Corey Seager is going to be leaving via free agency, so you just shift Turner over to shortstop at that point, and Seager will be elsewhere. So, but we'll see what happens there. But that's what, for the most part, happened today. There might be a little move here, a little move there that I didn't mention, but that's the action. And if you want to see a bunch of other videos that I made about the deadline, kind of live time, look in the description below if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen them, they're all there. So, and I'll be doing my recap. You'll see my Yankees post-game recap tomorrow morning because I wanted to complete the deadline. I wanted to wait until all the after-hour deals, after deadline deals were kind of solidified and stuff before I made this video. So, thanks you guys for watching. I'll talk to you next time.